Good afternoon. It is July 28th, 2023, and today we had, I would call it a range day, upward bias. You can see we are closing beneath that resistance on the daily chart. So let's take a look at these trades. The way I'm seeing it, I didn't like, I didn't mark any trades after 9:15 about, but I mean, this was a really nice trend down. And if you saw it correctly, or at least if you saw it the way I was seeing it, I think there are ways you could argue to jump in, but a little risky. So we'll take a second look. So 5 o'clock comes in when we're in this uptrend, and it moves into a flatter channel, as you can see. I don't think you want to jump in on this. It's clearly sideways. I think the problem here also, something I was looking at was 45.95, 45.95. So you're running into this high or this close, and this bar is closed at that level. Might not mean anything, but more reason to just sit on your hands and wait for a better setup. This is really it's just a good signal bar. We come back to the trend channel and we bounce. Maybe you take that one. It looks like a double test, you know. Maybe you take that one. But always better to wait. I mean, it just felt obvious that this trend wasn't going to hold because we can't even make it to the midline. So wait for that break, wait for a correction like this. So we do get a break and a move to a new high. They trap a bunch of longs above this bar probably. That's why we sell off. And really over here is when it started to look like we were moving sideways. So we come down here and we form this new flatter channel, but it's also a failed break lower. Unfortunately, I don't think there's a way to get in on this. I've been seeing a lot of these lately, but where you get this break, move to a new low, and far from the EMA. But, it's risky. So we break out to the low side. That's followed by a breakout to the high side that fails. This one's pretty tempting. Let's see how much room you got back to the EMA. 99. So you got enough room back to the EMA. That's worth considering. Because to me it looks like even if you draw it like that, that looks like a matching high. But I mean, really it looks like you just have a move up like that. Move to a new high, lower high, or matching high. So I like that one. If you're feeling aggressive, you got this second entry long, but and that's off the opening price. Um, I don't like that personally, but I could see why it makes this micro double or triple bottom. I could see why someone might want to take that room to the highs. Anyway, we come up here, first entry, second entry, and that confirms our trend line. Um, so I think maybe I didn't have this flatter channel earlier. I feel like if you're not going to take this one on the second entry, I think you got to take this higher low off that trend line. That gets you a scalp. And then we can't even make it to the midline. So again, I think you got to sit out. They trap some people right here. Uh, Maybe you look at that as a double top, first entry, second entry. I don't like that. I marked this green, but I mean, this really feels like it's about to just wither away. So I'm going to delete that. And yeah, you can see they're just trapping longs. Take it down. We find support at the highs of this range. And we come back up to this level. So you can see we went a little further. And some people probably would argue for the range to be up here, which would make that a perfect measured move. So it just depends on how you want to play it. So we come off the highs, and you get this. That's actually a third entry, but you see this channel down, break, move to a new low. It's like you could argue for that to be a double test, and it's decent signal bar, not a great one. And then we form this channel up, confirmation right here. It's just a higher low off the trend line. Looks like a second entry. So maybe you take that one. We come up here, you do get a second entry off that trend channel. Take that. Then we're going sideways. A lot of sideways stuff here. You know, this one, you might take this one. Super bearish bar. What else? I mean, it did not have a runaway trend day feel. However, maybe if you're looking at it like me and you're expecting a measured move of the overnight highs and lows, or at least these highs and lows, maybe you don't take that because you're expecting prices to test this. We also don't have a new high in place for this channel, which we never got. So really, this is just probably just a new high from this channel. But you get a nice bearish bar, and you could argue for that to be a double test. Maybe you take that. And then we get this break, move to a new low, super bullish bar, far from the EMA. So maybe you take that one. All right, and then this channel. So we have this channel. I know it looks like there's a break early on here, but prices continue to respond to this level of resistance. So I think this is probably an accurate drawing, unless it's like that. Let's see. I mean, it very well could be that. Let's see. Yeah, because that seems to fit too. And that would make more sense because this one overshoot leads to a break. So, yeah. Let's see here. I don't think you can take this failure. Uh, it wouldn't have triggered anyway, but this looks like a trap after that because all these bulls are going long. I don't think you can take it though. Very sideways. So we get a break of that channel, move to a new low. Again, this is like that. This trade is like that. Maybe you hop in. Just move that by accident. Um, Ride it back to the EMA. It's been working the past like 3 days, but you know the market can change on you in a minute, so that won't always work. You get this lower high off the trend line, then you get confirmation of the trend line right here. I feel like this just looks like a new high. It's not though, but I feel like you might be able to trade that, go short beneath that. I mean, it's just it just looks like a failure. Failed second entry long. Come down here, we get this slight overshoot, goes sideways, rockets up. So we spike into this range that lasted until the end of the day. I don't see anything in here. We'll look through it. You get the break of this spike, move to a new high, sell off, bounce. And so, I mean, on the contrary, whereas we've been seeing these break, move to a new low, and a good signal bar far from the EMA to go long, this is an example to go short beneath, but that signal bar is not good. chopping into resistance. First entry failed, second entry long, but you're right at that midline. I think that's risky. And early on, I probably have this range drawn more like this. So yeah, you're going straight into that midline there. And this is another example. This move down, break, move to a new low. Maybe you take that. I don't know. I don't know. But that's how I saw it. Hope everyone had a great week. Uh, and I'll be back on Monday.